Support for your collections being the general idea here, the general term that covers, you know, the stuff that they have in the stacks on the floor, and they also have government documents that might be of use, and specific librarians to work with that. If we are looking at maybe we need some information on to mix into our projects regarding local and Texas government documents. We have some access to those. Here's some resources. It's misspelled, but we can get some. It's just a typo. We can get some details there, some records that we might need to further expand our projects. We can also get some links to other good sites for doing research in terms of local history. But and if we are wanting to do some research on course materials, we've got an incredible array of materials here. Remember, this was a teaching college, so we've got plenty of things to draw from on that. We know the digital collections. We've mentioned already the government documents. Also really important is the special collections. It tells you what it is. This is the collections of books, photographs, maps, serial publications, oral histories, and artifacts regarding Texas A&M, Commerce, and Northeast Texas. Notice that? That means that these are really going to be useful to you guys for these research projects that deal with this area. They're organized into two major collection units: special collections, which are these things, and the university archives, which are the papers, the specific official records of the university. So that, for us, let's look at some of the primary research materials associated with Northeast Texas history. They include, these are some of the state senators that we have. We have papers associated with Ray Roberts, our current U.S. representative, the Gina Yeager collection. There is an incredible body of work associated with Louise Tobin and Peanuts Hucko, which I will point out in a minute because everyone's very excited about that. Louise Tobin, is from the area, and it's pretty exciting. Okay, but let me show you first, though, the oral histories. We've got a number of oral histories. I will show you the ones that are here. So, for example, let's say that we want to listen to the oral history of a former president. This is the 8th president. He talks about his time in the 80s. You can tell that we have not a very long one, a 20-minute recording, and it's on cassette. It's in analog, which means it's not available online, but if we want access to it, we can request access to it, or even better, request access and then go in to hear it. And at that point, then we can look at ways that we might potentially incorporate, if somehow it were relevant, that audio into our oral history, into our video project. So there are all these folks. And so maybe there's a person associated with your project that you would like a voice associated, or to be tied in, and maybe there's a way to make that happen. Let me show you what is the Louise Tobin. Look at that. There she is, and here is who she is. The Louise Tobin Peanuts Hucko collection contains photographs, audio-visual recordings, concert programs, posters, sheet music, other items documenting 70 years of jazz history. She's a native Texan. Her professional career began at 14. Territory bands in Texas. I mean, such interesting stuff. Then, you know, and she's still alive, and she's, so if we want to have access to the materials, it's not completely wide open yet. She's still working on it and spending a lot of time with it. But there are a number of special collections worth looking at, and including the Gina Yeager collection, which is another one that's pretty heavily processed and available. So, and you can get some intro and a bio and finding aids.